Imagine a substance so pervasive it's hidden in nearly 80% of the food we consume. It hijacks your brain's reward system, reconfigures your metabolism, and keeps you in a perpetual cycle of energy crashes and cravings. But what if you simply stopped? Not forever, but for just 14 days. In the next 2 weeks, your body is about to undergo a radical biological renovation. From the moment you put down that last soda or candy bar, a silent countdown begins. We aren't just talking about weight loss, we are talking about a total systemic reset. Your hormones will recalibrate, your brain fog will lift, and your cells will finally remember how to burn fuel efficiently. This is the minute-by-minute breakdown of the metabolic revolution that occurs when you break the chains of sucrose and fructose. Prepare to see your biology in a way you've never seen it before.
The first 24 hours are less about physical change and more about a psychological battle. As your blood glucose levels begin to stabilize for the first time in perhaps years, your pancreas finally gets a breather. It stops pumping out massive amounts of insulin to counteract the sugar spikes. However, your brain is a different story. The dopamine receptors in your nucleus accumbens, the reward center, are screaming for their usual fix. You might feel irritable or find yourself mindlessly opening the pantry door. This is the withdrawal phase. Your body is habituated to using easy, fast-burning glucose for energy. When that supply is cut off, your system experiences a brief moment of panic. You aren't actually hungry. Your brain is simply mourning the loss of its favorite chemical shortcut. Stay strong, because beneath the surface, your liver is already beginning to mobilize stored glycogen to keep you steady.
By day 2 and 3, the sugar flu sets in. This is a crucial turning point. As your insulin levels drop, your kidneys begin to shed excess water and sodium. This is why many people see a rapid drop in scale weight early on. It's mostly inflammation and water retention leaving the building. But this loss of electrolytes can lead to headaches, fatigue, and muscle aches. It is a sign that your body is searching for a new fuel source. It's trying to switch from a glucose-burning engine to a fat-burning engine, but the gears are a bit rusty. Your gut microbiome is also in a state of upheaval. The bad bacteria and yeast that thrive on sugar are beginning to starve off, sending out chemical signals that manifest as intense cravings. You are literally weeding the garden of your inner ecosystem, and the weeds are putting up a fight.
Something remarkable happens around day 4. The fog begins to thin. For the first time, your blood sugar is no longer a roller coaster of peaks and valleys. It's a steady, calm river. This stability has a profound effect on your cognitive function. High sugar intake causes inflammation in the brain, specifically in the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory and learning. As that inflammation subsides, you might notice that your focus is sharper and your brain fog, that heavy, lethargic feeling in your head, is evaporating. You're also likely to notice that your appetite is changing. Without the constant insulin spikes triggering ghrelin, the hunger hormone, you aren't feeling that desperate urge to snack every 2 hours. You are finally becoming fat adapted, meaning your body is getting better at tapping into its own energy reserves.
On day 5, take a close look in the mirror. Sugar is a major contributor to a process called glycation, where sugar molecules attach to proteins like collagen and elastin in your skin, making them brittle and less elastic. This often results in puffiness, acne, and premature wrinkles. By removing sugar, you've drastically reduced systemic inflammation. The redness around your nose or eyes may start to fade. The sugar puffiness in your face begins to recede as your body stops holding on to that inflammatory water weight. Your skin starts to regain a natural, healthy glow because your hormones, specifically insulin and testosterone, are balancing out. For many, this is the day they start to feel light and comfortable in their own skin again, noticing a physical change that others might even start to comment on.
You've made it 1 full week. This is where the biological momentum really picks up speed. Your taste buds are actually starting to regenerate. Because they aren't being constantly overstimulated by high-intensity sweeteners, they are becoming more sensitive. A simple strawberry or a piece of bell pepper might suddenly taste incredibly sweet and complex. This is your sensory system recalibrating to the natural world. Internally, your liver is performing a deep clean. It's beginning to process the fat stored around its tissues, fat that was often put there by excess fructose. Your cardiovascular system is also benefiting. Lower insulin levels lead to lower blood pressure and reduced strain on your heart. You aren't just losing weight, you are repairing the very machinery that keeps you alive.
Day 9 brings a shift in your physical endurance and daily stamina. Remember that 3 p.m. slump? The one where you'd reach for a coffee or a cookie just to survive the afternoon? It's gone. When you rely on sugar, your energy is brittle and prone to breaking. Now you are burning ketones and fatty acids, which provide a much more stable and long-lasting energy source for your muscles and brain. You might find yourself waking up before your alarm, feeling refreshed rather than groggy. This is because your sleep quality has improved. Without the blood sugar spikes that often cause middle-of-the-night wakefulness, your body can stay in deep, restorative REM sleep longer. You are no longer a slave to the snack cycle. You have a steady internal battery that lasts all day. As we head into day 11, the emotional benefits become undeniable. There is a powerful link between sugar and mood disorders. High sugar intake is linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression due to the constant chemical fluctuations in the brain. By this point, your neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine are functioning with more stability. You might find that you're less reactive to stress. The hangry outbursts are a thing of the past. You feel more grounded and emotionally resilient. It's as if the volume on your anxiety has been turned down. This mental resilience is a direct result of lower oxidative stress in your brain cells. You're discovering that your personality isn't defined by your sugar crashes. You're finally meeting the real, balanced version of yourself. On day 12, many people notice a surprising change. Their joints stop aching. Sugar is highly pro-inflammatory, and it often targets the joints and connective tissues. If you've been living with chronic stiffness or minor aches that you attributed to getting older, you might find they've significantly diminished. The fluid retention around your joints is gone, and the inflammatory markers in your blood, like C-reactive protein, are plummeting. This systemic cooldown allows your body to heal minor injuries it had been ignoring while it was busy dealing with the sugar-induced fires. You're moving more fluidly, with less friction and more ease. It's a physical liberation that extends from your toes to your neck. By day 13, your immune system is operating at peak performance. Research has shown that a high-sugar meal can temporarily paralyze your white blood cells, reducing their ability to fight off bacteria and viruses for several hours. By abstaining for nearly 2 weeks, you've kept your internal defense force on high alert. Your body is now much more efficient at identifying and neutralizing threats. Additionally, because you've likely replaced sugar with more nutrient-dense whole foods, your body is finally getting the vitamins and minerals it needs to build a robust defense system. You're not just avoiding a crash, you're building a fortress. You are less likely to catch that seasonal cold, and if you do, your recovery time will be significantly faster. You've reached the final day of the 2-week reset. Look back at where you started 14 days ago. The cravings that once felt like an unstoppable force are now just a faint whisper. Your clothes fit better, your eyes are brighter, and your relationship with food has been fundamentally altered. You've proven to yourself that you are in control, not your impulses. Your metabolism is now flexible, able to burn both sugar and fat for fuel, which is the hallmark of true health. You've cleared the path for long-term wellness. This wasn't just a test of willpower, it was a biological renovation that has added years to your life and life to your years. The question now isn't, can you live without sugar, but rather, why would you ever want to go back? 14 days is all it takes to see the blueprint of a healthier you.
While the journey isn't always easy, the rewards are profound. You've reset your palate, your hormones, and your mind. But remember, this is just the beginning. The goal isn't necessarily to never touch sugar again, but to no longer be controlled by it. You now have the clarity and the physical foundation to make conscious choices. You know what it feels like to run on high-quality fuel, and that knowledge is your greatest tool. Whether you choose to continue this path or find a sustainable balance, your body thanks you for the break. You've successfully navigated the most difficult part of the journey. Now keep that momentum going and see how far this new energy can take you.